What's up, guys? This is John from Heavyset Tactical. Sorry the camera quality's been a little funny lately. I just got a new setup and I'm trying to figure it out, and sometimes it wobbles a little bit, but I have a new brace coming for it. So anyway, again, John from Heavyset Tactical. I have a new knife that I'm really excited to show you guys today. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I have tons of cold steel knives, and I really appreciate the kind of affordability for the, you know, I have a lot of their more high-end stuff, but for the most part, the affordability for the well-made and overbuilt stuff that you're getting that's just very functional. So in the mail this morning, now I don't usually do unboxing stuff, you know, and this one I had purchased just the other day, and I'll go over pricing and stuff then. This is the SRK in San Mai, which is essentially like a, you know, a layered, it's San Mai steel, which is their, you know, quote-unquote Damascus style triple layer VG10. I guess it's like their VG10 kind of. They have one in just, San Mai is like a VG10. They had a VG1, they had an SK5, they had a Oz 8, and I don't know about you guys, but I have so many of the cold steel SRK versions that are all black, you know, the $40 or $50 versions that are just really awesome knockaround knives. So again, I really wanted to get one. I've been looking at these, and I just kind of never pulled the trigger on buying one of these really clean looking non-coated blades. Pretty good retention on the sheath. So this is the SRK in San Mai, which is a laminated steel. So I'm not sure what I did today. This knife has a bunch of marks on it. I apologize for the time it takes me to wipe it off a little bit. So this is the SRK in San Mai, and it's their uncoated version. Same as most of the blacks. It's a 6-inch tactical knife, and you guys can see one side it says SRK, the other side it says cold steel, San Mai, and then Taiwan, because these are Taiwanese made in Taiwan. So again, you know, I don't know about you guys, I'm a big fan of cold steel, and it's so funny, I didn't even know at first that they had these blades in an uncoated version. Really great 90-degree spine. They had these blades in an uncoated version like this until I saw a video where a guy went over this version, you know, with this big hollow grind, and then the CPM3 version. There's an Italian-made SRK in CPM3 as well. Sorry, CPM3V steel. So the reason I wanted to get this today and check, really I'm going to test this steel this weekend pretty hard and shoot some videos doing so. The reason I wanted to check this out is because I always read comments about this knife, this SRK and laminated, the VG10, reminded people of, or was in comparison with this laminated COS. This is the Fall Neven S1X. I did a review on it. Again, really loved the way that this did the woodwork. It's just the handle is lacking for me as an everyday usage knife, so it's just kind of part of my collection. I did get the Pro as well, so the Pro is a whole nother story. Now, this is laminated COS, which is essentially laminated cobalt steel, which is a lot more high-end than the laminated VG10. But they, you know, I can see why there's a slight similarity with the two knives. As far as laminated and blade style, this is a lot more of like a kind of like a Bowie clip point. But yeah, just wanted to put that comment in there. So anyway, I'm gonna go over just a couple quick facts with you guys and tell you what my first you know, first thoughts are on this. So overall length is 10.75 inches, so almost 11 inches long. It's a big blade. The blade is 6 inches with a cutting edge of 5.625 inches. So again, that's, you know, in comparison to my hand, that's a big blade, man. That's a really big blade with this great finger choil here, kind of like a rubber stopper finger guard. So it on Blade HQ for the blade material, I think it was Blade HQ, they have it as a Damascus, and that again sometimes drives some of us steel guys crazy, because Damascus is not a steel, it is a type of manufacturing of the steel, a type of you know, laminating and connecting steels to build a knife. Now, I love Damascus stuff. I have a lot of Damascus stuff. You know, true Damascus made steels. So this is a clip point, hollow grind, satin finish. It's got just a plain edge on the bottom. The handle length is 4.25 or 4.75 inches, and the handle width is exactly 1 inch. Now, you know, I've been hearing about these craton handles. This material is called craton, and or craton. The texture Cray-X also handle and guard offers a secure grip with excellent retention properties. That was like the basic statement on this stuff that I read. I think that's word for word actually what it was. And then this also comes with a Secure-X sheath, which we'll talk about in a minute. So the weight of this knife is 8.10 ounces, 8.1, which is actually, for this size of knife, is super, you know, the super light. The profile is very short. This does not have a big belly on it like some other blades. And you know what I just realized? I had no idea of this actually, but the tip of this, the swedge on top of the clip point here is actually sharpened. You know what I want to see? You guys know I love cutting paper. I want to see how sharp that frickin' tip is. So again, this is the blade. This is the top of that tip. Almost cuts paper. That I'm telling you, man, that tip is very sharp. I want to see. It almost slices paper. That tip is like ridiculously sharp. So, you know, I'm assuming that you know, that feature there, man, that tip is sharp. Holy crap. It feels like it would cut paper. I think it's just too rough of a grind. It looks like there's some teeth marks in there, like they didn't finish that swedge. Holy crap, guys. That tip on top here, you got to be careful with that. That is razor sharp. And I think that's just to give that extra penetration. So the sheath is a polymer Secure-X, you know, nylon belt loop, which is a Velcro end button to, I guess, you know, tighten it a little bit and loosen it a little bit depending on your belt. Now, the sheath is, you know, it's a very basic Kydex, or I'm sorry, it's not even Kydex, it's actually polymer. It's a very, you know, plasticky, not as nice retention as Kydex, so you push it in and then you have a little clip, you know, little pop for the retention, and you can hear it. But it's a really tight sheath, and I'm thinking potentially that, you know, I might have to loosen this up. It actually might be a little too tight, because it stops there, and then you really got to push it in. You know, and it has a little button on the back here. But the overall knife, and you know, I got to be honest with you guys, for a tactical knife, you know that you can beat the crap out of the old SK5 black-coated SRKs. And there are endless videos of guys beating the crap out of those knives. And I don't know if you guys have seen on YouTube, there's this cheesy kind of like old video about this knife, and these guys are doing cut tests with it across cardboard and cutting ropes and batoning through 2x4s with it. And to be honest with you, the grind on this knife, now again, the normal SK5 all black SRKs are, and the SRKCs, they're like 30, 40 bucks now. I mean, you can get one for 40 bucks on Amazon and 40 bucks on Blade HQ. So again, at the end of this video, I'll definitely drop a link for Blade HQ where I got this SRK in San Mai. Now, the polish job isn't that good, so I really wish that it was a little more, you know, shiny for you guys. That takes away from the tactical aspect that the black ones have. But I've heard the edge retention on this VG10 is pretty serious. And, you know, I know as a penetrator, this sharpened, I don't even know what you would call it, like a ricasso. This swedge on top, on the clip point here that's sharpened, would just be a medieval piercer. This knife probably pierces just ridiculously. So I'm going to take this out in the woods, and I'm going to baton with it and do some other things and kind of get an idea for, you know, just how well built these are. You know, the handle, I can't lie, man. The handle, you know, is way more comfortable on this one than the black one that I have, because the black one's wore down a little bit. But this is a nice big handle. This knife in no way is a chopper. It's not heavy enough to be a chopper. You know, I'm sure you could do light chopping tasks. But this thing is medieval. You know, I really think as for what it's made for, I think that the tactical aspect and ability of this knife is really going to be all there. I mean, it's, you know, it came, I think I have a old envelope here. You know, this is a double-sided envelope. I mean, it came freaking sharp, man. You guys can see how sharp that is. Oh. I mean, that's razor sharp. You know, definitely hair shaving sharp. But again, I wanted to get this video up so you guys can kind of see that, you know, there's different versions of these knives, and of a lot of knives that I really want to get. You know, and I had one a while back, but I couldn't keep it. For some reason, I gave it to a friend of mine, because I wasn't using it and everything, but I realize now I wish I would have kept it, because they're kind of a novelty. You can't get them very easily. But it was the CPM3V SRK. But yeah, so I'm actually really excited to get this. This knife is really beautiful, and the grind on it is just exquisitely done. It's extremely sharp, extremely well done. You know, the grind on either side is the same, and you can see from that VG lamination, there's, let me try to get a better angle. You can see that weld line there, because that's one of the 3 layers. So essentially, the laminated Damascus VG10 on here is an outside stainless. The 2 outside layers are stainless, and you can even see the weld line on that top swedge there, that top sharpened clip point. But these are done like that because you have a harder steel on the inside that's a little less corrosion resistant, and then you put the stainless along the outside, so it gives it stainless steel, but it's also really a lot harder to break. The toughness is a lot higher. You know, there's a lot about these layered steels that I don't know as much as a lot of you other guys out here on YouTube, but yeah, I'm gonna put this through its paces and see how it does. Again, the sheath, I'll probably take this off and put some sort of you know, like a tech lock on it, or some other you know, some other thing on the back there, some other fastener. But yeah, all in all, for $129.25 or $129.95, this freaking knife is medieval. If you want, you know, a tactical-esque knife that you can use for woods tasks. You know, I know them, like guys in the military used to get the old SRKs for buds training, and you know, there's a reason for that, man. Cold steel makes a hell of a tactical knife, and this thing is just, I'm telling you, the minute you pick this up and feel how comfortable that Craton handle is, I mean, it is that the grip is so comfortable, and reverse grip is very comfortable. You're not ever gonna get this pulled out of your hands. I mean, it's just not possible. Nice 90-degree on the spine, very sharp spine, but very comfortable if I had to do some woodwork with it. If you guys want some really good a good look at the CPM3V version and the black SK5 and AUS-8 versions, go look at Gideon's Tactical. He has a rundown of his SRKs and SRK-C, which the C is for compact. And the SRK is for Search and Rescue Knife by Cold Steel. So yeah, big military application. Definitely could be used as like a lightweight or smaller, or not smaller, but a lightweight survival knife. You know, kind of do-it-all knife. But yeah, so again, I wanted to make a short, semi-short video about it. Just give you guys some of my initial thoughts. I'm going to put this knife through its paces this weekend and kind of see how I feel about it. So, you know, I'm sure I'll get back to you. The thumb ramp, by the way, it's nice. But that sheath is really tight. I'm going to see if I can't loosen that synthetic up a little bit, that plastic up a little bit. But yeah. And also, in the comments, if anybody knows a good place to find an SRK custom Kydex sheath, I'm sure I could find one, but if you have any good ideas on that, let me know. And I appreciate you guys always watching my videos and commenting. I try to get back to your comments, because I don't have a lot of followers. And also, I wanted to tell you guys that coming soon, you know, I have like maybe 200 subscribers. When I get up to you know, 400 or 500, I'm gonna start doing giveaways. We're gonna start doing you know, prizes and things like that, because I have a lot of knives saved up just for that purpose in their original packaging. I have a lot of ideas on, you know, kind of ways to have fun with this, because this is not a means for me to make money. I buy all these knives myself. I just love sharing my hobby with you guys, and you know, to all my subscribers and non-subscribers, you guys have been really great in the comments and kind of telling me about the lists of knives you guys have and similar stuff. So I appreciate it so much, and yeah, just thanks for everything. You know, I'll get back to you this week on how this knife performs this weekend. So again, everybody have a good week, stay safe, and always stay heavy.